Hello, beautiful seekers. This is Clarity 1129, and welcome back to my channel. I have a pick a pile reading for you today. I will be live shuffling all the cards in this. I think I'm doing after quite a while. It's going to be a quick reading though, because it's not a very elaborate spread, but we're going to just take a look at your relationship. It's a quick basically check-in as to where your relationship is at this time. What is it that each of you appreciate about one another? What is it that will strengthen your connection further? And what is it that you need to let go, which is coming in the way of your connection? And last but not the least, what you can do to move away whatever is not serving you. All right. And then we'll take out a few advice cards. So that's how it is going to be. And it's pretty much I think I've pretty much covered everything else. All right, so it is going to be a general and a timeless reading, so it may not resonate with everybody, and you're meant to see it as and when you stumble upon it. All right, so let me introduce you to the piles. We have three. Pile number one is the Wild Unknown Tarot with what I call the twin flame shells, because I got these two identical shells when I was walking in the beach. All right, so this is my twin flame shells. This is the Tarot of the Golden Wheel, which is a very beautiful deck, and this is that lovely stone which my niece had given me quite some time ago. It's faded, but it's very dear to me. And this is pile number two. Pile number three is the Universal Weight Tarot, and with this other beautiful lovely pattern shell, which I also found on the same day here. This is pile number three. All right, so close your eyes. Think of the person on your mind for whom you've come to this reading for. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Slowly open your eyes. And whichever pile you're drawn to, that is your pile. All right, so let's get started with pile number one. Pile number one, welcome to your reading. This is for those of you who've chosen this twin flame shells of mine, which I'll keep it here for the duration of the reading and let them be together. And this is the Wild Unknown Tarot. All right, we're going to be pulling out 5 cards from this, and then the rest I'll explain to you as we move along. All right. So, my dear pile number ones, how are you doing? Hope you're taking good care of yourself. This is a very powerful time, especially on the day I'm recording this. It is Mahashivratri here. We celebrate it in a big way in India. And this is a wonderful time, for those of us who are into spirituality. This is a wonderful time to have spiritual awakenings, to get in touch with your truest self, your innermost self. Anyway, let's get into your reading. There may be a reason why I'm telling you this, and it's possible you are a spiritual lot of people, or your connection is very spiritual. Let's see. So I'm going to take out the first card, which is going to be what quality it is that you admire the most in your person. What is the quality that they admire the most in you? How can the two of you strengthen your connection further? What is it that comes in the way of your connection, or something that is no longer serving you as a couple? And last but not the least, how can you get rid of what is not serving you? All right, so there we have this one. All right, bottom of the deck energy is 5 of Swords. Oh, okay, I'm also going to be taking out these cards here. I'll be taking them upright because basically we are seeing what is it that you value the most in the other person, and what to they value the most in you. So we obviously, their negative traits, that won't be really valued so much, right? So I'm going to take these in upright position, and you get it also in the upright position, which is great. And this is for what your person sees in you. And I'll shuffle it again. Yes, there it is. Okay. And then we're going to pull out advice cards as well for both of you, as a, for the connection or for you. Let's see how that. Yep. Very soon, so that's very positive. And another one from the botanical inspirations. Oops, I've opened that card already. Instead of doing it the other way around. All right, does not matter. We have to open them all anyway. Here we go. All right, pile number 1. Let us take your cards. What is it that about your person that you value the most? And you get the Son of Wands or the Knight of Wands. And Avenger, desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. All right. Now, pile number 1. Your person is a charmer. With the Knight of Wands, I am not going to, go into the same thing what everyone says. The Knight of Wands is, someone who just comes in and moves out from your life. That could be true. But what you love about them is not the fact that they leave your life. The fact that they are wonderful to look at. They are charming with their words. They know how to make you feel special. All eyes are on you when you're with them, and they treat you as someone really precious, and they make you feel very important. And this is what you absolutely love about them. You just can't get your eyes off them, and they make you feel like the most important person on this planet. And this is something that you really, really like. And even though they talk about themselves and you find that maybe they are praising themselves, you believe everything, and you feel that they are extremely, when they're talking and this, they feel they are people who mean what they say, and they're ready to take action, and they've got all these values which resonate with you, and you feel that they are the kind of people who will stand up for the right cause. And these are the things that you really, really appreciate about them. And what is it that they love about you? And you get the Ace of Swords, which is beautiful. And Poet expresses soul insights in symbolic language. So what they love about you is that you speak your truth. All right, no matter how difficult it is, you don't think twice before expressing yourself. And also, for a lot of you, maybe you're writers or poets or lyricists or something of that kind, and they just love the way you play around with words and the way you put things across. So maybe you say the truth absolutely, the way it's supposed to be said but even though you don't sugarcoat it, you put it in a way that it doesn't feel offensive to the other person, even if you're calling them out for something. So this is something that they absolutely appreciate and value about you. Now, your person may be a fire sign, possibly a Leo or an Aries or Sagittarius, and you could be an air sign, which is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. All right, doesn't have to be, but that energy is there here. Now, what is it that the two of you can do to strengthen your connection? And you get this beautiful Two of Pentacles. And in this, the pentacles are balanced. All right, and there's this infinity symbol which is binding them both. And this is what you can do. Instead of wondering whom to choose, what you can do to strengthen the connection is to give each other priority. Once you give each other priority, and whatever else in your life, putting that on, you don't have to necessarily put it on a back burner, but you should have it absolutely clear that this connection means something to you. And though your private lives or your personal goals are important, you prioritize one another. And when both of you are in this energy, this connection will definitely thrive. All right. And what is it that is no longer serving you is the hermit mode. So there could be a tendency, and I feel this would be on your side. I mean, this is what you feel about them, this is what they feel about you, which means in case you are the air sign, or you are generally prone, which whoever it is who's prone to going on to hermit mode, or maybe both of you from time to time like to take that time off, which is fine, which is absolutely fine in a relationship. But if this hermit mode happens every time you have an argument and you want to carry on this argument for the next day and maybe the next day before you come up, then this is the energy that you should be leaving. With the Five of Swords here, I feel that though there's a lot of attraction between the two of you, and there is this appreciation of one another and wanting to prioritize one another, it's also possible that when you come to a roadblock, then neither of you want to budge. All right, so you both might go on for days not talking to another, and that is really detrimental for any relationship. So you need to actually, you can take have some space from one another for depending on your situation. If you're in a committed relationship already, then not talking, they always say don't take your fight to the next day, resolve whatever it is, and sleep as friends. Otherwise the next day the egos are even higher, so it takes that much longer for your fight to get resolved. All right, now in case you're not committed and you're just about seeing each other, depending on your stage, even then it's better to get it out of the way, have a discussion and leave it. You may need some space, because maybe if you just clash, words are spoken and you say things which are hurtful, you can stop yourself from doing that by distancing yourself a bit, but cool down quick enough, processing it yourself first, and then come back again. Don't let this hermit mode, especially after an argument, the Five of Swords kind, increase, because the more time that lapses after an argument, the more difficult it's going to be for you to come back on the same page. And no one likes to be in that energy, so why prolong it because of your egos, right? And how can you release this energy? And you get, wow, the Leo card, strength. Yes, it may, and this again has an infinity symbol here, see, just like that. So this tells me this is an extremely spiritual connection. You've got two major arcanas here. And this has perhaps been a relationship that's been going on for many lifetimes, all right, with this infinity symbol here. So I feel that wherever it is in your relationship, I don't feel this is a no contact at all. This is a connection, and I think you just want to know where you stand and what's happening. Maybe you are going through a bit of a challenge at this time, but this is a very strong connection. And the only thing that you need to guard against is break in communication because of ego hassles. Now, every relationship, it doesn't even have to be a romantic relationship. Any relationship you have, there's bound to be argument. There's bound to be difference of opinion. And that's how it should be. That's how you grow. You can't all, have the same opinion and never challenge one another. That would be quite boring. So, but when you have a clash, just see what is it that the other person is trying to say. More often than not, in love connections, it's your ego that comes in. You don't, maybe sometimes, the two of you are working towards the same common goal and you're trying to say the same thing, but you just don't want to say it in the same words, and you just keep arguing. And then when you finally cool down, maybe a day later, you suddenly realize, weren't we saying the same thing? And then you laugh it off. But that entire day that's gone in, swollen faces, not talking to another, you can do away with it. Because that particular gap, the longer it stretches, it becomes really bad for your relationship. Because over a period of time, you wouldn't even want to come back and, make friends again. Over a period of time, this will, there'll be strain in your relationship. So this is something, and it will take a lot of strength. And what is if you look at this traditional strength card, there is this girl or lady who's tamed the lion. Basically, there is mutual respect. There is no force there. All right, and this is what you need. It takes immense amount of strength to keep back your ego, because the relationship, the person is more important to you than your ego having the last word or having it right or having it your way. All right, and this is what you need to learn, both of you. All right, and what else? True love. Look at that. This is the romance of a lifetime. Didn't I tell you that with these infinity signs here? This is a very powerful connection. All right. And if you feel that, if you've come here, pile number 1, wondering whether you are going to take this to the next level, or if you feel that nothing's been spoken or whatever it is, just know that very soon things will work out. But you need to be clear in your head what is it that you want. All right. And this is true love. This is beautiful. And with this, you get determination and creative achievement. You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. So this is possibly for you, pile number 1, because with this poet card here, how your person sees you, maybe you have withdrawn your energies a bit from here, or you're not prioritizing yourself, the connection so much as you're prioritizing your work, because maybe you've not been doing too well. But just remember that you can never use up your creativity, and if you have come to a block, it's just a matter of time that something you'll get those ideas back in flow again. All right. And you get love at first sight and proud spirit. When I saw you, I fell in love, and you smiled because you knew. So this is beautiful. So I think you go back a long way, not just many lifetimes before, but even in this lifetime, possibly you are those, childhood sweethearts, or you've been friends at a very young age and then fallen in love later. So this is a very beautiful connection, a very powerful one, and yet they're not heavy energies. It's just a small little thing. And if you're going through it right now, where you're in hermit mode, now that you've come to this reading, you can keep your ego aside and move forward, and I'm sure your person will appreciate it. And make sure that the communication lines don't stop, because that, as long as that is on, you still have hope. When that goes, then it becomes extremely difficult to get that connection on track. All right. So this is wonderful, wonderful reading for you, pile number 1. I hope it resonated. And that's all I have for you. Till next time, be good. Take care. Bye-bye. Pile number 2, for those of you who've chosen the golden wheel, tarot of the golden wheel, and this beautiful stone. This is your reading. I will first shuffle the deck as I explained to you. We are going to first take out 5 cards from the tarot, and we are going to find out what is it that you value the most in your person, what is it that they value the most in you. Then we'll take out what is it that you can do to strengthen your connection, what is it that's standing in the way, and how can you move away whatever's standing in your way. All right, and then we'll take out advice cards. All right, pile number 2. So what is it that you value the most in your person? What is it that your person values the most in you? How can you support and strengthen your connection and whatever you have going between you? What is it that you need, what is it that comes in your connection which no longer serves you or your connection? And how can you let this energy that's no longer serving you, how can you move past it? I'll take both. Bottom of the deck energy is the 6 of Wands. Okay. I'm also going to take out 2 cards from this, one for both of you. And even if I get reversals. I'll be taking them upright because basically these are archetype cards, and you want, I'm going to ask, what is it you do appreciate the most about each other? So chances are that you don't really appreciate negative traits of one another. So this is what you appreciate about them, and this is what they appreciate the most about you. All right? Okay. So let's get started by number 2. What is it that you most value in the person on your mind? And you get the 10 of Cups. Oh, this is so beautiful. They bring you emotional fulfillment. You can see you're happily ever after with them. All right? You are in love with them, completely in love with them. And what you love about them is that they are able to make you feel safe, secure, loved, and so content that you don't have to look anywhere else. And this is so beautiful. All right, what is it that you love the most about? The scribe, preserving knowledge and information. I think your person loves to read and maybe write, and they're very knowledgeable, and maybe they share that with you, and you absolutely appreciate them for what they do. All right, and because maybe that they write and they may be romantic in nature, they could be a water sign, doesn't have to be, but they make you feel loved, and they just make you feel so secure, and this is what you love about them. And what is it that they value the most in you? And you get the Knight of Wands. All right, so they find you very beautiful, and they find you charming, and they are extremely passionate about you. You awaken all their senses. All right, and they absolutely love you. They can just look at you all day because you just make them so happy. And you also get seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. Now, they love your childlike spirit. They love the fact that, again, you could be, those of you who've come for this reading, you could be fire signs, Leo, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and they could be water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. All right, and these just look at you. You've got this childlike nature about you. You just have so much of enthusiasm, so much of energy. You see the brighter things, in everything. You see the positive aspect of it. You're full of life. You're full of mirth. You like this beautiful childlike energy about you, which they love, and they find that extremely appealing. And apart from that, you're extremely beautiful. So they are so passionate when they look at you. And maybe you are their muse, since they are writers or creators. You are their muse. You just bring them so much of inspiration, and they just love that about you. All right. And how can you both strengthen your connection? And you get the 3 of Wheels, which is the 3 of Pentacles. This is such a beautiful card. So this person, you see them as extremely emotional, and they see you as extremely passionate and creative. And what you can do to strengthen this is to ground your connection, but building something together. So you ground your connection, and make plans, not just staying in your head and saying beautiful things to one another, expressing love, but actually take steps to ground this connection, move it to the next level. Decide, have a plan for yourself. And, since you are their muse, maybe if you showed interest in what they do, or whichever way, however it works out for you, you'll know best. For everyone, it's going to be different. Basically, you need to ground your connection by taking practical plans so that this connection actually can move into the next stage, wherever it is. All right. And what is it that's coming in your way? This is somewhat similar to the last pile, but not really. Okay. And you get the 4 of Swords. From time to time, again, because they got Hermit, and the 4 of Swords is like the Hermit of the minor arcana. So, which means that this is easier than that. But you still, I feel, from time to time, and I feel this is more your person, they just might stop communicating. Maybe they are in their work, or they are, because I said they're water signs, so maybe they feel emotions very strongly and they may need to disconnect from time to time when things are not going right, or they get upset about something, or they get disturbed about something. And this has an adverse effect on you, because with you and your childlike nature, maybe you feel really upset about it. And there could be ego clashes, with the Six of Wands here. There could be ego clashes as well, because when they withdraw and you try to speak to them and they snap back or say something like that because they want to be left alone, that may make you feel really bad, and this could possibly get arguments going. So you are meant to keep this communicate, and if you see that this is a pattern that your person follows, but that they like to withdraw for some time, then maybe you need to let them take that time, because as long as it doesn't carry on for days together, if it's a couple of hours, it's all right. Give them that time. Let them come back to their reset, so that they can speak to you in a more logical manner, or in a more understanding and loving manner. All right. Everyone has different coping mechanisms, and you need to understand that about the other person and give them that space. And how can you release this energy that is causing disharmony? And you get the Two of Swords and the Queen of Cups. Beautiful. So when this person withdraws, and I feel this is your person more than you generally come into, because you've got this childlike energy, and what do you do when a child comes and asks you for something or wants to play with you, and you just say, no, not right now, and you say it in a curt fashion? Immediately their face changes, becomes small, and they feel you don't love me anymore. That's the kind of energy I'm getting here. So if you are that kind of person who gets really put off, because water signs can be, when they withdraw their energies, they can be quite resistant to any kind of conversation. So maybe at that time you are in this two minds as to whether they are the right person for you, and they make you feel really nice, but do you do anything for them? You come into this mode of wondering whether this is right or this is all in your head, and you go to that extreme way of thinking. But you're being told to be a little more understanding of them. Maybe they react differently. Maybe their needs to come back to normal are different. So when things are fine, you actually speak to the other person. They are, after all, someone who brings you so much of happiness. So when things are fine, you ask them. You tell them each time you withdraw without telling me anything, maybe I have said something to upset you, or maybe something's happened to upset you. But if you don't communicate, I feel extremely upset. What do? Show them some understanding instead of accusing them, with egos coming in. And you'll find that things work out really nicely for the two of you. All right. And I'm going to take out advice card. One each from both the deck. I did that. I had already kept those cards already in the last pile. I left it. This one wants to fall out. Passion. So there is a lot of passion here. I'll keep that on this side, because that's how, though this is for both of you. And you get romantic. Oh my Lord. Wasn't this? No, sorry. No, this is not for them. Sorry. This is for another reading I did. All right. So this is beautiful. All right. There is a lot of passion in your connection. And there are a lot of romantic feelings. So the Ten of Cups talks about the romantic feelings which they bring out in you, and they shower upon you. And passion is what you bring out in them because of the way you are. So that's a very well balanced and beautiful connection that you have going for you. It has, because you need both, in a romantic relationship. You need love, you need emotions, but you need a lot of passion as well. And now we'll take one card of advice from here, and you get cheerfulness. It's spring again. The earth is like a child that knows poems by heart, and this is your energy, how they see you. All right, you bring a lot of magic into this connection, and even when you are upset with this connection, try not to go into such a low thing, because you are beautiful the way you are, and how someone reacts does not take away from who you are, should not take away from who you are, because you're so magical. You are the one who brings this energy, like all fire signs do into a relationship. All right, look at this. This is the same card which the last pile got at the bottom of the deck, exactly like this, which is, when I saw you, I fell in love, and you smiled because you knew. So I feel again that you've known each other for quite some time, and that's why there's this comfort level in your relationship. But you are two very different people, you know, and so your love languages could be different. Everything about the two of you is different, but there's something really magical in your connection. So you need to keep those communication lines open, and just enjoy this beautiful journey with one another. It's a beautiful, beautiful connection. All right. So that's all I have for you, pile number 2. I hope this resonated. And till next time, be good, stay safe. Bye-bye. Pile number 3. Those of you who've chosen this beautiful shell, this is your reading. I'm going to first shuffle your cards, and I'll pull out 5 from the tarot deck. One card. Oh, that's a bad shuffle, and this is one of the best decks to shuffle. Oh, what? I'm going to ruin the cards. It's not my day. Yes, so what was I saying? I was saying that we're going to be taking out 5 cards. One card to find out what you feel. I mean, what is it that you value and love the most in your person, and what do they value and love the most in you? And then a card to what strengthens this relationship, what can strengthen and absolutely cement this relationship, and then what is it that comes in the way of your relationship, which brings challenges, and finally one card of how can you get past that challenge. All right, and thereafter we will take out advice cards for you. I've also got archetype cards to further. I'll explain that when we come along. So pile number 3. What quality is it that you most value in your person? You get 2. Okay, we'll take both. And what quality is it that they value the most in you? And you get this. How can you support and strengthen one another and this connection? And you get this. And what is it that is no longer serving either of you or the connection? And how can you get past, we saw the King of Cups there, and how can you get past this challenging energy? And get this card here. Bottom of the deck energy is the Page of Swords. I'm going to shuffle this one first. I will be only taking upright cards in this, because we are looking, these are archetype cards basically to talk about what is it that you most appreciate about one another. So I doubt you'd be appreciating negative traits of one another as much, even though it's unconditional love. So I'm going to take it, even if it comes flipped, I'll take an upright card. Oops, so what is it that they appreciate the most in you? And you get this. Let me keep that like that. One advice card from the Romance Angels. Retreat is the bottom of the deck energy. You get Primrose, which says youthful love, and Hydrangea, thankfulness for understanding. Oh, we've opened that. Anyway. Pile number 3. So, what is it that you most value and appreciate and love about your person? And you get the 8 of Swords to the 8 of Wands. All right. So, what I get from this is that your person is someone, if they are not in communication with you, you go into this 8 of Swords energy. All right. You start believing that, if there are any self-limiting beliefs that you have, and you feel whatever it is in your life, if you feel that, oh, I won't be able to do this, maybe this is not my thing, I really want to but I possibly cannot. If you come into this energy of self-sabotaging anything that you wanted to do, or if you have this self-doubt and you feel your thoughts are holding you back and you're not able to get out of them, one message from them. If they come, nothing like it, but if they just even text you, or and let you know how they feel and that they feel that you should do it, immediately you just jump up and you're ready to act. There is something about this person that makes you feel so good about yourself. You need to guard against that a little bit, because I feel, pile number 3, you give this person a lot more power over you without seeing the power that lies within you. They can see that power. That is why they're able to tell you how good you are, because you are good. All right, but you have made them this huge magician that the minute they say things, everything works out great in your life. And it's wonderful that you find someone so beautiful, but I just feel that that's a huge red flag, in the sense that I don't know yet about your person or anything that we're going to see in the cards yet. But if this is true and this is ringing true for you, then pile number 3, you need to work on yourself and your self-esteem issues, because right now, if the connection is young or whichever stage it is, there is a chance that somewhere down the line this is going to hurt you a whole lot, because if this person can actually get you to do anything and everything if you are so hooked onto them. This screams of codependency, all right? And it's not to call you out, because we've all been there at some point or the other. But if you do resonate with this and you appreciate the fact that they can get you out of any mood, it's beautiful, but you need to work on yourself, all right? Apart from that, what is it that you look at that? Nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy in giving birth to life. So this person really takes care of you, and they know everything that you like or you don't like, and they nurture you almost as if they were your mother. All right, that's how beautiful they are, and that's how attentive they are. This person could be an fire sign, all right, and gives me very strong Leo vibes. This person can actually make you feel so special and so loved, but you need to get out of this energy that you need them to come out of your mental prison. No, you only need yourself. All right, and let's see what they appreciate and value the most in you. Look at that. Queen of Wands. They see you as the Queen of Wands, a pile number 3, and that is why they tell you that this is what you are. But you don't see this. You need them to tell you and remind you that you're the Queen of Wands. You don't see it for yourself, and that is something you really need to work on. And you get a hero. Look at that. Passion for journey of self-empowerment. They actually see you as someone who has so much of potential, who's so attractive, who can attract anything they want in their life. You don't see that. They see that, if you get after something, you can just make it happen. They see you as this gorgeous, gorgeous queen, but you don't see it. And this can actually later stage in your life, wherever it is, this connection is headed, if you don't get out of this energy, this is going to be codependent energy. And after some time, you'll find that they are calling the shots, because you have willingly handed your power away to them. And you won't like it after a while. All right, now let's see what you can do to support and strengthen one another. You get the Three of Cups. And I feel that with this youthful love here, I feel that you've started out as friends first. That's why your comfort level is so deep with one another. That's why they know you through and through. All right. And I think you have common friends as well, because you may have been, in the same school or same college or same place or work or whatever. So you have common friends too, and you've been friends before you've gotten to this romantic connection of yours. All right. So I feel that this is the best thing, that no matter what happens, you're able to communicate beautifully with one another. You have no secrets. You don't have to pretend to be someone else, because you've seen each other at your worst. And so there's nothing to hide. There's absolute transparency between the two of you. All right. And what is it that you need to that's coming in the way of your thing is justice. And with this justice, what I feel is that because you see them as this person who is the only person who can make you come out of everything, and this person who is, I think you idolize them. You've put them on a pedestal. All right. And this, maybe when you come to this reading, perhaps you just come just like that to check in, because you've stumbled upon this reading. But if you are having problems in this relationship, if you feel it's just started coming in wherein, things are not balanced and you feel you're putting in some more effort, it's because of this reason. You have actually put this person on a pedestal because you don't see your worth. They see you as the Queen of Wands, you don't. And over a period of time, they would have realized that you don't see it and that you see them as something else. And, when you keep putting someone on a pedestal, after some time, they enjoy being there. And that could be the reason why this need for justice is there, which is coming in the center of your reading. I feel it's almost as though you idolize them. It's almost that you're a little fan, that you look at them like that. But they and they find that wonderful, that you looking at them in that way. But they also know that you don't see your own potential. All right. And this is something that is, if it's not yet happened, this will hamper your connection if you don't work on yourself, pile number 3. And you really need to take your life in your hands. They may be wonderful people. I'm not taking it away from them. But you need to do your work for yourself. And how can you do that? Look at things from a different perspective. You get the Hanged Man. All right. Maybe for some of you, you're married to this person already. And maybe after you've got married, you may have known each other from the time you're kids and you're still the best of friends. You have a wonderful marriage going on. But now maybe, you feel that attention is a little lesser. And every time they withdraw the attention or they're looking at somewhere else, you go into this energy again. And this is where maybe you're feeling a little lack of balance. All right. And maybe it is your own lack of self-worth that makes you come into this energy from time to time of the Page of Swords, wherein you're trying to spy upon them to get some answers if they're not giving you attention. Whichever way it is, it's a little, I feel it's coming from your side, and that's the good part of it, because if it's coming from your side and you've come to this reading and you do recognize this as your energy, then at least you know that you found the problem and that you can work on it. And there's nothing that you cannot work upon. You need to just go back as far back into your childhood and just sit with those energies. It is difficult. I'll not say no, because I've sat in this healing energy for such a long time. But when you come out of it, and then it's not as once you come out of it, you don't have to do it. It's a continuous process, all right? Because our mind is such, it keeps throwing up negative thoughts in our head. But we should be able to master that, knowing that we are worthy. So if someone's made you believe that you're not worthy because of whatever it is that you have, we all speak a different terrible story to ourselves, depending on who said what to us when we were little. So I don't know what your narrative is, what you are saying to yourself, but you know that very well. And if you sit with that energy, you will also know, how it's come into your psyche, and you will be able to actually get it out of your system slowly and steadily. If required, take help, take professional help, meet a psychologist, but don't stay in this energy. You need to be out there free. You need to see yourself as the Queen of Wands, who you are. This is who you are. Your person sees you as that, but you don't. And the best part is, even if your person's absolutely not taking advantage of the fact that you've put them on the pedestal because they're in love with you, even then, you will not see that love if you don't love yourself. Because till you love yourself, you are not open to receiving love. Because if they say you are so gorgeous, and they say that you are a queen, but if you see yourself like this, no matter how many pictures they, paint in front of you, you will not believe it. Because you'll feel there's something fake. Maybe they're hiding something. Maybe they're overdoing it. You don't know how many tricks this mind can play if you let this weakness come in. So you need to start looking at yourself in a different way. All right? You need to start staying with the right kind of people. And you've got a wonderful partner who says that you are such a wonderful person. But you need to start believing it from within. And whatever it is that you have to do, whoever it is that you have to meet, you need to change the way you speak to yourself. You need to see yourself differently. All right? Let go of control issue. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. And I feel that these control issues, if they've not yet come into your life, and then you have this bottom of the deck energy, is this. It's time to disconnect from the world. Yes, I feel this is for you, pile number 3. I think it is time for you to actually take back your energies to yourself. You have done enough and more for this person. And I'm not telling you to withdraw your energies from this person because your relationship seems to be beautiful. But you will be doing so much more for their attention in times to come. And in an effort to keep them interested in you, without realizing that you are beautiful. You don't have to do all that to keep someone interested in you. You are interesting, you are lovely. All right? But you will be facing things like this because you have a lot of codependency issues, pile number 3. My heart goes out to you, really, because it's not easy. And what you go through, these 8 of Swords here, yes, these are of your making. But believe me, I've been here and it's not easy. It's not easy. It's difficult to come out of this energy. So I'm not making light of your situation. But you need to let this go. This is very important for you to let this go. To see yourself for who you are. This is wonderful. Thankfulness for understanding. Before we can forgive one another, we have to understand one another. And I feel you understand each other beautifully with this 3 of Cups here. Your person definitely does. That's why they know how to get you out of this situation. But how about you understanding yourself? And I really think you need to give yourself time now instead of just pouring into this connection. And I'm sure your person will understand. In fact, they'll be happy. They'll even help you do that. And this is what you need to do. If this reading has resonated for you, pile number 3s, please work on yourself. You have so much of potential. You're so gorgeous. It's time for you to see you without these lenses which others have put in front of you. All right, you've got to see yourself for who you are, for this gorgeous, gorgeous person that you are. All right, so that's all I have for you. Sending you lots of love and light. Take care. Bye-bye.